I reviewed PirateSoftware's off-stream code. It's even worse. It's even worse. He posted it.
Now, in my last video on this topic, I mentioned that. So unless anything new comes out that I think I can bring my unique perspective to, I'm going to put Pirate Software behind me and just keep moving forward. One of Thor's criticisms of that video, when he wasn't busy trying to smear me as a grifter...
It's just another, like, YouTube grifter trying to fight for relevance, dude. That's all that shit is.
Despite the fact that my channel has been consistent for the past 5 years...
Wait, isn't Pirate Software like the ultimate grifter? We've established that he's effectively Elon Musk. Like he's like a stolen valor coder, completely full of shit, has no authority on anything he speaks about. Dude, fake voice, fake persona. I mean, pretty much just a fake person in general. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Is that I wasn't specific enough.
You can review languages. Many concepts are transferable. Concepts can be transferable, but specifics are not, and that's the problem.
Today's video sponsor is me. I built this platform called getcracked.io, which focuses on covering everything that is not lead code related to the technical interview for languages like Python, Rust, C++. That involves concepts like language knowledge, networking, operating systems, concurrency, computer architecture, etc. As you can see, we have over 600 problems that will really test and sharpen your skill set. Check it out. And so I figured maybe I can look for new information that
someone get PirateSoftware a course to this thing right now. He needs to learn proper formatting. All right, someone give him like a discount code or something.
I can bring my unique perspective to. Other creators, including myself, have covered the code snippets that he has shared publicly on stream. And so I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I can address Thor's critique by finding code that he's written off stream to really get into the details? So I decided to scour Pirate's website on the Wayback Machine and noticed that he actually included his source code resources as early as 2018. Ooh. Just to be clear, these are the resources for his demo version of Heartbound. I was able to extract the code
Just played that game. Hey, you know what? Wasn't terrible.
Written using data.win and the Undertale mod tool, and I'd like to focus on that for today's code review. Now, I know that a lot of people might be thinking, why are you doing a review on old code? Well, I decided to compare that 2018 version of the code that Thor himself distributed with the code available in the demo version of Heartbound, and at least at the places that I found major issues, there wasn't any difference. Now, I also want to stress that this video is going to be made in line with my own values as a developer. That being that we are reviewing mistakes so that others can learn from them. And in doing so, I will be providing alternative solutions. That doesn't mean that my solutions are the best improvement that can be made or a silver bullet that can apply in every scenario.
Just a learning experience, guys. It's not just to shit on PirateSoftware as well. It's just so helping us learn, bro. I'm excited to learn. This is good. Like, I don't know fuck all about coding, so I'm excited to learn some new shit.
But it will give you an idea for a general direction that you might want to take your own project in case you encounter similar issues throughout your development. Now, I'm going to be categorizing issues in this review based off their priority or severity, rather. So we're going to be starting with large or major issues, then going to medium or intermediate issues, and then ending off with small or minor issues. So let's get into it.
Oh, shit.
I want to start by observing his lighting engine by taking a look at the file drawLight. Thor loops over every pixel in a sprite, checking if each pixel touches or overlaps with a certain object. If it does, it then applies a light effect repeatedly, and with each repeat, it makes that light fade more diffuse. He then draws said colored pixels at that location to simulate the light fall-off. Now, he actually checks collisions twice for each pixel, and he doesn't have any early exit should his second instance of that check...
Amateur mistake, as you can see here. Obviously, this is not efficient, guys. Clearly.
Not execute.
Clearly.
How do we improve upon the code here? Well, we really don't. We throw it out in favor of layers, surfaces, and shaders.
But yeah, this is a terrible way of doing it. I drew, like 5 pixels here? This is like super scaled up. A sprite like this would be like hundreds and hundreds of pixels. And to check each of them on the X and the Y coordinate, like every single frame for every single object doing this is gonna be abysmal for performance.
I mean, what do you pull up, bro? Just get a fucking Snapwatch PC and you can run that shit. Like, I mean, just get a better computer, bro. Like, you pussy. What do you? I mean, doesn't matter if it's a fucking pixel game though. So he's like, so his shit is super inefficient, does the whole thing. He said like, do it all over again and a bunch of shit. Whereas this other one is much more efficient. It only computes absolutely what it needs to. But does it fucking matter? Because I played his game and it like performance. I mean, outside of like, of course, it doesn't sound like one is borderless, and I had like some weird issues in the menu. But once I got into the game, it ran fine. It ran fine.
What I'm saying is this sort of method supports like any shapes and any orientation, and it's
A lot more
much
dynamic.
much better for performance, like drastically.
To really reinforce.
Basically, guys, PirateSoftware bad. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here. So his coding is bad.
I have this sprite here. This is a 800 by 100 sprite, so somewhat large, but not absurdly large, and is not something that's like unrealistic to see in actual projects by any means. I've added it here to this room. It's using this lighting script to draw sort of a gradient of light over it. So we're going to see what happens when I run the project. We have kind of a gradient rectangle basically, but I don't know if you notice something. We are getting
19
less than 20
What
FPS.
the fuck?
That code is running the collision check and the drawing the pixels 80,000 times. I've also gone and created the system that I had previously described that involves using surfaces. So here it is. It's the same sprite, the same rectangle, except it's using this other lighting system.
Non-dog shit code.
This one right here that I've created. So let's see what
Very
happens when I
different.
run
What is
this
the difference?
project. As you can see, it looks basically the same, except oh wow, our FPS is actually
Oh shit!
there. I'm actually going to run this in debug mode, and debug mode will allow us to run a profiler, which actually will tell us basically what percentage of performance each one of these objects are using. This was the lighting code created by PirateSoftware. It is using 99.675% of performance.
Yeah, he's getting the bang for his buck. Okay, bro. Don't get it. Did he need some high quality gradients, boy? He didn't want some fucking efficient gradients.
Roughly. This is the implementation that I came up with, and I'll note it's really nothing complex. It's not super difficult, I think, for most people to
Jesus.
make something similar. The idea is pretty clear here. Just how absolutely abysmal this is for performance.
I now want to move on to an issue that I would classify as having medium severity, and that is the way that Pirate structures dialogue in this game.
Okay.
Now, the way that he does so is via a two-dimensional array called dialogue array, similar to the one-dimensional array that he had for his event timeline. For every single language and
This dude just got a video just deconstructing PirateSoftware's game, and now it's like dog shit coding. Like, he's like, the dialogue structure of the game. Like, what are we watching, bro? This is crazy.
every scene, he checks in a GML file that contains this 2D dialogue array. This adds a lot of bloat to your code, makes it less navigatable, and also it limits scalability. So as you can see here, each language in each scene has its own file.
Okay.
He also has another 2D array called voice list. Now, the first index of voice list is character, and the second is the emotion that that character feels. As you can see, if character 1 has emotion 2, well then this is the sound file that he refers to. If character 1 has emotion...
It's basically like it's like he's creating his first game project, right? It's basically like, it's like a guy who doesn't really know what he's doing, creating his first game project, and he's not doing it efficiently. He's making lots of mistakes, and, you know, and no one would care if he wasn't parading himself around as some sort of god coder. I'm a game industry vet of 20 years. I'm an authority figure. Listen to me, boys. I worked at Blizzard 7 years. So then it just makes him look like a massive clown when you actually look at all this shit. I mean, that's effectively what it is. It's it's the exact same thing, right? With the World of Warcraft shit. No one would have cared if he's like, yo, I'm just bad at the game, bro. I'm fucking panicked. I did the wrong thing. No one would care. But it's the fact you're saying, I did nothing wrong. I was playing perfectly. What do you want me to do? Like that whole same... it's the same exact mechanic that he keeps doing. Like, why? Why? What is it? It's like just some turbo, insane, huge, overinflated ego that's completely detached from reality. Completely detached.
19, well, then I guess this magic number just needs to do. Now, how did I know that the first index is the character and the second is the emotion? Well, I wouldn't know just by looking at this. I would have to search for voice list, and it just so happens that this is the only part of his code where I'm able to tell that the first index is character index and the second index is the selected emotion for that character. What I would do, instead of checking in these files, would be to ship them with my game's local files and assets. I would then partition the dialogue assets by localization.
Get good, noob.
Notice how in my chapter1.json file, we have scenes. And scenes has multiple keys, each the name of a particular scene.
Look at the dialogue, dude. Speak on Ralph. Dialogue at E1. But then I worked at Blizzard. Did I mention that before? Emotion happy. Text. You did over 13 times just yesterday. Next scene, Blizzard rants. No, you didn't. Next scene, denial response. I can't hear you. I'm out of mana. Next scene, mana joke.
There's really 101 ways to build up on what I just suggested. None of what I mentioned includes obfuscation or saving of dialogue options, but it's better than what exists currently. In fact, it's probably the bare minimum you'd expect from somebody with 8 years of experience in GameMaker. Now let's move on to the minor category. There are several things I'd like to bring up, and I'll try to do so as quickly as possible. My first criticism is useless code. Thor's code is littered with it. Take a look at this case, for example. It contains a switch statement that switches on an object index, but doesn't actually do anything with that index. Instead, it defaults to the damage polarity, either 1 or -1. I've never seen anybody write code like this. Interns that I've mentored, junior developers. It's just really odd and doesn't do anything. A static code analyzer will
You
most
wouldn't
likely...
know, bro. Okay. There was a lot of switches in the Second Life. They had all sorts of different physics on the, genitals. Okay. You just wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it, little gup. All right.
Pick up on this. Many IDEs either come with them built in
Jeez.
or support third-party static code tools. So if you're not already using one,
PirateSoftware built
consider doing
different.
so. You'd also think that a game as art-rich as this would have some sort of color palette instead of just hard-coding colors. The next is unexplained constants. They are everywhere. I brought this up in my original video, and a lot of people said that the magic numbers I referred to weren't really magic numbers because you can use IntelliSense to tell what the actual parameter names are associated with those numbers. Putting aside the fact that nobody should need to hover over a method for 2 seconds to tell what the actual parameters stand for, let alone do this for over 20 methods, magic numbers in their purest form are everywhere in Thor's code. There's at least half a dozen in each file, maybe even more. Take a look at the 100 million here for active color, or the 765 that aren't really explained. In many places where Thor performs I/O operations, he never first checks whether or not that file exists, or whether or not he has permissions to read from or write to that file. Therefore, he never actually handles any exceptions or errors that may result from said operations.
Again, he wouldn't get it. He didn't win the hackathon, bro. Okay, he didn't win the hackathon. Dude, this is some high-level hack tier shit. You didn't need PirateSoftware don't need no permissions, homie.
I want to make this very clear. If this is your first time coding, good on you. The purpose of this channel is not to discourage, it's to encourage. But what we're seeing here is a repeated pattern of behavior of somebody that claims to have over 8 years worth of experience, at least in GameMaker, and 20 years of experience in the game industry as a developer. But
basically, he's just full of shit. This is a TLDR, right? He's just full of shit. He's just completely full of shit. He's basically getting outed for just being completely fake, 100%. And this is like Elon Musk getting. It's the exact 1-to-1, right? Elon Musk says he's this rank 1 Quake guy. Says he's fucking rank 1 thing, and then he goes in and you see the reality. Oh, he's clearly full of shit. He has no idea what he's doing. He's completely clueless. Anyone who's like a vet gamer, can watch him play Path of Exile and realize this guy has no idea what he's doing. He doesn't even know how to open up a map. And this is the equivalent, right? This is like a pro gamer, except he's a pro coder and he's looking at this guy's code. And, he's able to see, like, yeah, this guy has no idea what he's doing. He's clearly not a 28-year vet. He's clearly full of shit, and he's just parading himself around as some sort of coder hacking demon, but he's just, yeah, a complete lying bozo. It's one of those things. Except in Elon's case, he just got a bunch of vegans who are just going to agree with him regardless. Whereas in Pirate's case, it appears that the entire internet is turned against him. But he still keeps doubling down.
To how much experience they should have, how much they brag about their accomplishments, there's a massive incongruity between what they can produce and who they say they are. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It goes a long way. If you guys would like to go above and beyond, consider becoming a member or patron. You guys get access to a bunch of really cool and exclusive perks. I want to shout out GeekyBit, Level 5 Fish, and Kevin Core Devs for helping to make this video a reality. For those of you that want to check out their links, those of them that want to feature their links will have their links featured on screen.
Little bit technical, that one. Little bit technical for sure. Little bit technical. There we go. This pirate software video, dude. He's got a response. Oh, shit. There's a pirate response. There's a pirate response. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is he doing the double down thing? Here we go, dude. Here we go. Oh, shit. Coding Jesus criticizes PirateSoftware, saying he should have written his code in an efficient way. Kindly note that the Thor's game runs efficiently even on a refrigerator. Yet they aren't satisfied as their intention is to provide constructivism. It's something else. But a few thousand people dogpiloted my stream about this today. I chose to do pixel-by-pixel CPU-based lighting based over shader to ensure the system was compatible with machines that could not compile shaders. This was helpful for a number of regions such as Brazil. The game has been very popular. Brazil, dude! He's doing it for the Brazilians! Confirmed. Bounce native functional resolution is 360p, meaning the normal lighting assets are less than 100 on the high end. In no time would any asset be 800 pixels wide, as such, the performance benchmark they made is meaningless. The lighting was used when used correctly, increases CPU usage of a baseline and negligible amount, but runs on both smart fridge and handhelds with zero performance issues. What they did is like driving a manual, not knowing how to use the clutch, and then blaming the car. Yo, dude, fucking destroyed him, bro. Fucking destroyed. But wait, I don't get it. So, okay. So these other guys made some way more efficient shit, but actually, wait, it requires the ability to compile. So who can't compile? What can't compile? Which machines can't compile shaders? It's the smart fridges. So the people who are trying to play this game on a smart fridge. People in Brazil can't compile shaders. Why can't Brazilians compile shaders? The thing is, at the end of the day, do you know what? Pirate's not wrong. If it works, it kind of works, right? Which is what I was saying when I played the game. I wasn't lagging. Outside of that, I did have compatibility issues, like opening it up and trying to get the resolution right and trying to get. But once I got into the game, it did work perfectly fine. All of this written in GMS 1.4 back in 2018. A massive number of modern features in GM didn't exist back then. Updating this now, we give trivial benefits to performance without any gameplay improvements. The framework is functional, performant, and shipped. It does not need to change the result. Dude, the way he types is so annoying. I love it. I love it, dude. Just the way he writes it is next level. The only bottleneck in development is writing. If you choose your own adventure game, it'd take weeks to do the writing, and implementation is roughly an hour for 3 weeks of writing or more. Okay, the framework is what it needs to be: quick, harmless, out of the way, and easy to develop, so I can focus on content, bro. Yeah, dude, that 8% every year, baby. Let's get it. Let's get that 8% a year, baby. Doing all this off decompiled code and proudly displaying that is dubious at best. The number of oddities present in their examples that are not in the source. The legality of doing this is also subject. Ooh, at no time I give permission for decompilation, nor is the source code publicly available. Oh, he's gonna fucking sue you, bro. He's gonna fucking sue you, bro. I've been releasing monthly updates for Hardbound since January. All of these can be seen in the Steam announcements on the games page. And the last one's May 28th, June update. I release it. Okay, there we go. All these videos have done is mislead an audience of hundreds of thousands, well, millions, on the inner workings of a piece of software. They did this using bias and sometimes false information in order to push a narrative that I'm completely incompetent in my field. Well, that's what it seems like, right? Everything I'm seeing, it seems like you're massively incompetent, right? I feel like that seems to be the case.